Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the cost of relocating to another country. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, The Bulletproof Life. It's me, Ronke, and as usual, I'm delighted to have you here. As you can see, I'm doing the rich auntie vibes today. I'm coming here with my boo-boo and my head wrap. I hope you like my look today. I just felt like giving you guys a different look today. You know, not everyday blouses. Today, we're giving you the Nigerian boo-boo, rich auntie vibes, you know, coming at you all cute and all of that. So anyway, let's get right into today's topic. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the cost of relocating to another country. In a previous video, I talked about the financial steps and actions you need to take when you move abroad, things you need to do, actions you need to carry out to make sure that you're landing on your feet financially in a new country. But today, I'm going to be talking about the costs that you should expect when you're relocating to a new country. You know, you're thinking about moving to a new country, but you're not sure what the costs are before moving and after moving. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today. But before we get into that, can I ask you to please press the like button on this video, because I promise you are going to love it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it by pressing the red button on your right. Don't forget to press the bell so you can get notifications every time I share a new video. So what are the costs of moving abroad? There's a mass exodus, in my opinion, from a lot of West African countries, especially Nigeria, into the West, into the UK, the US, Canada, and Australia. And also because we're living in a global village, most jobs can be done from anywhere in the world. People are really relocating. People are moving to Dubai. People are moving to Denmark, to Sweden, to the Netherlands. People are moving to France from different countries. And I'm just here to tell you what costs you need to watch out for. The first cost you need to consider when you're relocating is your relocation costs, the cost of moving yourself, your family, your belongings to a new country. You know, that cost is usually a big one because you might need to apply for visas. You need to think about shipping your goods. If you're coming with a family and you have a lot of luggage, you need to think about how you're going to transport yourselves, your flight tickets. You need to pull that aside as well as a cost to consider. You know, so relocation cost is the first cost I want you to consider. It's the first cost you need to work with. Is the cost you're going to make even before you get to your new country and start earning money. This is a cost that you're going to cover from money that you already have, from your savings, you know, from money that you've put aside. So think about it. I'm talking about transporting yourself, transporting your belongings, and transporting your family to a new country. Now, your relocation cost also includes the cost of health checks. There are countries that you want to relocate to, like Canada or even sometimes the UK, that will require you to carry out health checks, tuberculosis checks, and now COVID tests need to be done before you can relocate to these countries. And you need to pay for these tests from wherever you are because it's likely not to be covered by your insurance. So that's something you need to consider. In addition to the cost of moving yourself, your belongings, and your family, you need to consider the cost of the health checks and you need to carry out to qualify to live in a new country. Now, also as part of your relocation cost, you're likely to have visa fees. If you are moving to a country that requires you to have a work visa or a work permit, then you will have visa costs. Now, those visa costs might be covered by a new employer. If it is, then you're really lucky. But if it's not covered by a new employer, that's a cost that you need to consider. If you are moving with family, then you need to consider the cost of their visas as well. Some countries will require you to have money in your account, a certain amount of money, to show that when you arrive in your new home, you're not going to be a burden to the government or a burden to the system. So that money is something I would like you to consider as part of your visa costs, because it's visa fees and visa costs. So you have the visa fees, which you're going to pay to the embassy or, you know, to the authorities of the new country you are moving to. And then you have the money that needs to sit in your account to show that you're going to be fine in the country that you move into. Now, the second cost you need to think about is the cost of living in the new country you're going to. You need to research if you are moving to a country that's more expensive than the one you're in now, and how much it's going to cost you to get accommodation, how much it's going to cost you to live in the new country you're going to. What are the utility bills? How are they paid? Are they paid monthly? Are they paid quarterly? Are they paid annually? What would it cost you if you had to rent a 1-bedroom apartment or a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom apartment in different neighborhoods? If you're going as a student or you're going alone, can you get a flat share? When you arrive in your new country, where would you live and how much would that cost you? So you need to think about the cost of living. For a lot of people moving from African countries to countries like the UK, the US, Canada, and Australia, it's definitely a higher cost of living because of the currency exchange, which is, you're coming from a currency that's weaker to a currency that's stronger. So you're still converting in your mind. I remember when I first moved to the UK and I went to the stores to buy a jacket because I arrived in September and it was starting to get cold. And the jacket I liked at the time was about £60. And I did a conversion in my mind and I wanted to die. Like, £60. When I converted it to Naira, I was shaking my boots and I thought, wait, am I even that cold? Is it that cold? But my uncle was like, darling, it is cold. You need to buy the jacket. And I bought the jacket at the time. So I had to help myself out of the converting thing and converting from one currency to the other to check the prices of things. And it was because when I moved in, I didn't do my research about the cost of living and how it was going to affect my money. I was going to affect how much money I had and how much I could spend. But I was very thrifty when I came. I was very, careful with my money until I adjusted to the system. So it's very important that you are aware of the cost of living of the new country you're moving to in terms of accommodation, utility bills, and all of that. The third thing you need to be aware of as a cost when you move to a new country is tax. If you're moving from a country where you pay just one major tax, which is like an employee tax or a business tax, and you're moving to a country like the UK. The UK is the land of tax. The UK, we love our taxes. We have income tax, we have corporation tax, we have stamp duties if you buy a house, we have VAT, we have MOT, everything is TTT. We have taxes, darling, and we have NI. We have all these taxes and they just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And you just need to be aware of it. We even pay council tax, we pay TV license, is a tax. We pay taxes, we pay a lot of taxes. And even though these taxes, have value, some people will argue against that, they have their own usage because you benefit from one or two things. I think the only tax I'm not keen on is the TV license. I don't see the point. But everything else, the council tax, you get your bins carried off, they take care of the neighborhood, they keep the area clean and all of that. They provide services, the library and things like that. It's value adding, okay? But at the same time, it's tax that comes out of your income. It reminds me again of a job I took right after I finished my master's program, and it was a contract role. And when I took the contract role, I was new to working in the system. I didn't speak to anybody particularly, and then I went under an umbrella company, and I'd heard so much about contracting and how your money is yours, and I think my rate at that time was £250 a day. And so I was very happy. I thought I'd gotten a good job. I felt myself I've landed a good job. I calculated my income and I thought £250 a day, 20 days is £5,000. That's a lot of money. I'm doing okay. I'm going to be okay. And then I got under this umbrella company that was going to help me sort out my tax, and then they sorted out my tax, and then at the end of the month I think they paid me 2,300 or 2,400. I was in tears. I was like, no, it's not happening. Give me my money. Man, you will run my money for me. What is this? And then they started explaining to me how it works, with taxes and how they were going to pay for this and pay for that, and I was paying for that and I was paying for this, And of course, I had to pull myself out of the umbrella company at some point because I realized it wasn't working for me and set up my own company and all of that. But, at that point, it was largely because I didn't understand the tax system. I didn't understand that if I was not careful, if I did not know how the system works, I would be paying a lot of tax. I'll be paying more tax than I even should. And that's what happens, on a good day, we pay a lot of tax. And if you don't understand that tax system, if you don't understand the tax cost coming, you would budget yourself as if you're not going to pay that tax. And then when you pay the tax, you're going to be shortchanged. You're going to be left with less money than you initially thought you would have. So tax is a cost I need you to bear in mind as you relocate to a new country. Find out what taxes are there. Find out how much your take home is going to be after tax. Find out how frequently you need to pay different kinds of tax. You cannot escape your tax. So tax is not the kind of thing you can run away from. It's waiting for you and it's growing interest, and you owe the government and they will chase you up and collect that money from you. There are taxes that will send you to jail if you don't pay them, in the UK at least. So you want to be careful of taxes wherever you're moving to. You want to be aware of them as a cost and budget them into your income, budget them into the money that you have, and make plans accordingly. One of the things I've also found expensive in this country, which is probably applicable to other countries and can sort of fall under cost of living, is transport. Transport is a big one in the UK. If you get a job and you need to commute, you need to go from your home to the office every day, transport can quickly become a big chunk of your expense in a country like the UK. You have to get on the trains, you have to buy train tickets and all of that. And that's a cost I want you to also bear in mind if you're moving to the UK. If you're moving to a country where taking the train is not a thing, you want to think about the fact that you need to buy a car, you need to fuel it, you need to do the insurance on that car. So transport cost itself can pile up in your new location, and you want to think about how you're going to get around in your new country, especially if you've come with family, if you've come with your partner and your children and they have to get to school and back, you have to drop them off and bring them back, you have to go and do the shopping, the groceries and all of that. You might need a car, and so you're thinking about the cost of buying a car, you're thinking about fueling it, you're thinking about doing the car insurance, getting the MOT done and all of that. So transport costs is something I also want you to bear in mind as you plan your relocation or as you settle into the new country you've moved to. Now, for a lot of people, beyond the first visa that gets them into their new home, into their new country, you need to renew your visas. And this is a cost you also need to bear in mind, because it can easily become overwhelming if it's not a cost that you've planned for. When you need to renew your visa, you're a family of 4 and you've got 4 people to apply for, that's a cost that you need to budget for. And time flies very quickly. You might be thinking now that my visa renewal is not for another 3 years, but then you do like this and 3 years have passed you by and now it's time to renew and you haven't made plans for that. So that's something I also want you to bear in mind if you're relocating to a new country. What kind of visa renewal do I need to do? When do I need to do it? How much is it going to cost me? What are the requirements of that visa renewal and how can I meet them so that I don't have to go back to wherever I came from, but I am able to renew my visa and I don't disrupt the new life that we now have in this new country. This brings me to the very last cost you need to bear in mind. If you are Black, if you are African, you're likely to experience this cost, and it's called the Black tax. Woo! This is the cost of supporting or helping people, family, friends, and all of those relatives back home in the African country that you've come from. So this one is particularly applicable if you're coming from Africa to any other country that's not in Africa, or if you're coming from Africa to Europe or the US, Canada, Dubai, wherever you're moving to, and you've left people at home like aged parents and siblings that need your help or relatives. You need to bear in mind that you will still want to support them. It's not a need in that sense, but if it's something that you were doing before you left home, then it's something that you want to keep doing in your new country, and you want to bear that in mind. I've mentioned this Black tax in a lot of videos. I've got a whole video about Black tax and how to deal with it on my channel. I've got a video where I talked about Black tax again, when I was talking about moving abroad and settling in and finding the best way to send money back home. I talked about the Black tax as well. It's a cost you need to bear in mind that can happen, that will happen if it's something that you normally do for friends, family back home. So these are the costs I want you to bear in mind as you relocate to a new country. I just wanted to come here, share that with you, give you my rich auntie vibes, give you my Sunday evening, Ronke is looking good, Ronke is feeling herself kind of vibe. I hope you like my boo-boo. It's made by a designer called Red by Decor, and she's really good at what she does. I love her outfits, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do it by pressing the red button on your right. Don't forget to press the bell so you can get notifications every time I share a new video. If you haven't pressed like on this video, I'm looking at you like I should withdraw my rich auntie vibe from you. I should just take away my rich auntie vibes from you. Please like this video, smash the like button so that YouTube can share this video with other people like you. I'll be dropping videos every Monday from now on, not Mondays and Thursdays. So please watch out for my videos so you can enjoy them. I think it's better if I drop videos once a week and it's rich and it's full and adds value to you. Until my next video, you take care of yourself and keep living that bulletproof life. Bye-bye.